So I'm watching Schitt's Creek.
What the heck is it?
I wrapped presents. I'm doing a whole wrap with my friend not. And I'm drinking my Snoop wine. Jeremy's on a call with Japan, so it's like 7 o'clock at night. And I realized I hadn't vlogged yet this week, so I thought it was time. Look at his cute little, I'll zoom in so you can see his sign. He wrote code so it turns on when he starts his phone or something. So yeah, cheers. If y'all watched my candle haul video, did you remember me saying, oh, this should last me through October? I don't know why I don't do that. I totally lied. But I'm in that really awkward phase of, I don't know, like there's not holiday candles out yet. So fortunately, DW dropped like the Woodwick collection and I pretty much got like one of everything. So I threw in one of these because it's like my fave, but yeah. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 to get me until holiday candles. For the record, it's like October 14th, so I'm thinking, October 15th, pardon me, it's October 15th today. So I'm thinking this should last me for 2 weeks. So I was watering this morning. It's Friday for the record. I've done a terrible job of telling you what day is what this week. I was watering this morning and I come up to my zinnias and like, I'm short, right? So from this angle, this is all I see. I can't like really see through because it's like twice my size. But then I'm watering and I come around and it's bent. So I had to go, I literally pulled it up by the root to save. I'm so pissed because there's so many babies on this. It was doing so well. I was just commenting yesterday like, oh my God, this thing is like ever blooming. It's just remarkable. I'm obsessed with it. Like, look at the density on that, right? And I come out this morning and it's literally bent over. And not like, oh, I can fix this bent over. Like, it's broken. And it's one of those thick ass, you can see. Oh, I'm so, I know what it was. I know what it was. I know it was that goddamn robot. And we've already like, that robot's fucked with these flowers a couple of times, but not to this degree. So I'm kind of pissed. I'm not pissed at him because obviously he didn't do it, but it's one of those things where I am not a robot enthusiast because of shit like this. I know it's supposed to make your life easier, blah, 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 but it doesn't know what it's doing. You know what I mean? It doesn't have any kind of care to its touch and to its work. And that is what pisses me off because foundation baseline, lawn care and gardening clash. Like there's very little, especially if you put robots in there, like there's nothing gentle about a robot. So I'm just like, oh, fuck. This week sucks ass anyway. Like this has just been a bad week. That's why I haven't vlogged much, just because I don't like to document the negative, but I wanted to show you when I come out and show you the garden tour tomorrow, why there's a giant ass hole in my beautiful zinnias. Oh, I'm so pissed, but like, look at that. God, look at that. Look at these. This is why I'm so pissed. Look how spectacular these are. Oh, it's devastating. And these, like, you could tell they were like just getting started. I have like 2 that are starting to get these like beautiful double blooms. So I'm gonna cut them and put them in a vase and, you know, save what I can. A deadhead and throw them back in and maybe I can, I don't know. I'm just like, son of a bitch. This week, man, I hate this year. I hate this year. Hello.
Hello.
We are on our way to early vote. One of the very few things Texas has gotten right lately is,
not really.
They allowed early voting as of October 13th, which was Tuesday. Today's Friday. And the problem though is it doesn't open until 10 a.m., which, you know, is a prime meeting time. So this is when we can do it, and good news is at least we're gonna get it done before election day, just for like a, you know, risk mitigation factor as for Rona. But at the same time, like mail-in in Texas is basically gone because the mail-in drop-off is limited now, even though it's, what was it, deemed unconstitutional or something?
Those were the drop-off locations. You can always mail it in. So like,
right,
mail-in ballots, you can mail it back.
Right, but if you wanted to drop it off.
Yeah, they restricted it to
one per county. For the record, Houston's like the 3rd largest city in America, and it resides in 1 county. And I think other towns are in that county as well, but there's like 3.5 million people or something like that in Houston. So you've got all those people potentially restricted to the 1, which is just ridiculous.
That's the Republican way, man.
Yeah.
It's like if they can't vote.
For me, they can't vote.
Yeah. So I mean, it's going to be easy for us to vote today. We live in, like where we're going is pretty Republican. So I'm willing to bet that it's probably not going to be that bad.
Yeah. I'd venture to say it's not going to be that bad. Plus, the other thing that we have to, if you're going to say that, you also have to say we're white and a very conservative part. Like where we live is very conservative, and we are not. So they assume just by looking at us that it's like, oh, they're probably like at best moderates, and we don't.
Dude, you look like an oppressor.
Yeah, no, I know. This is like one of the few times I really lean into my privilege, because it's like at the airport, you know what I mean? Where I'm like, this is where I get away with it. This is totally where I have walked onto a plane with shit I didn't even know I had. Seriously. And then I was like, I got to my hotel room and I was like, wait, I should not have been allowed on a plane with this.
Awesome, except for that lady in Hawaii. She's like, no, bitch, you go through that line over there. You don't have pre-check.
Yeah, that sucks. Well, the day, remember that morning I went to see my dad. I flew out to my dad and they pulled me and like did the whole thing on me. I was like, of all the times to do this to me, now is like the worst. So that's my karmic retribution for breezy airports for too long. Anyway, yeah, so we're gonna go early vote for Biden, because we'd like to still have a democracy in 4 years. And yeah.
I don't know how much that's a Biden thing, but he's definitely the better of the 2 options.
Well, I mean, like 45 saying he doesn't want to peacefully transfer power, wouldn't believe the results if it wasn't him winning. And what was the other one he said? Oh, Savannah Guthrie said in that the like modified second debate where there's just town halls, she called him out on retweeting a conspiracy theory, and he said, well, it was a retweet, the people can decide. And she goes, you're the president, not someone's crazy uncle. She said that. I was like, wow.
Oh, I mean, like, I'm not, like, obviously I'm not going to go in there and like vote for Trump.
Sure.
I mean, he's kind of a shitbag, but the problem is like, Biden's better, but not like an order of magnitude.
I know, but I know.
I mean, it's like, it really just boils down to, the guy is better looking from a PR perspective. I'm kind of annoyed by the whole thing, because none of the things that I really want to see happen
are gonna happen.
Same. I mean, if you're Republican, and especially if you're older, and I'll put this out here.
Well, if you're Republican,
if you're older and complain about health care, or like I've talked to people before that are older and say, I don't want government health care. I don't want anybody touching my Medicare. I want to politely say this to you. Go fuck yourself. This is the thing, that we're at the point where so many people in America are one step from bankruptcy over healthcare.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, like, we sit there and we freak out about like me, if I caught the coronavirus. Good job, dude, with the giant truck. That was a good turn.
Mm-hmm.
If I catch the coronavirus, there's no safety nets other than our savings. There's nothing to help us.
If he catches COVID, he's high risk,
mm-hmm.
and has a chronic respiratory issue. So like, it's not good. Like he is what I'm so, preventative, like extreme preventative measures about, because he's who I'm protecting the whole time, because he's already got a weakened respiratory, and I mean, like, I don't think I need to say anything further.
But see, but the thing is like, I'm at a point where like I've got I've got short-term and long-term disability stuff. I pay for all this extra stuff.
Right.
But how many people in America can't handle that? And then you'll turn around and retweet Uncle Jesse's bullshit. It's like, look, if you don't have a net worth in the millions, why the fuck are you voting Republican?
Yeah.
Like, it's just dumb.
Well, also though, the whole like not taking it seriously thing. Like, regardless of your regardless of your income level, I think it even goes past that. You shouldn't be in a place where you're jeopardizing your overall health and safety for an economy that doesn't give a shit about you. You know what I mean? Like, they're gonna sacrifice a 16-year-old grocery store employee as an essential worker that comes home to a, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's a whole, it's like a false bottom reality.
Or you have Texas. There's teachers there's a ton of teachers that do not want to go back to school. To go physically back. Because at the end of the day, I'm going to tell you this: all the stuff around schools and kids going back to schools, they're all best case protocols based off kids actually being, one, able to listen, two, be able to social distance, and three, keep their mask on. This is all shit that's not going to be possible. So get past that. There's teachers that don't want to go back. Texas has removed their right to strike. Crazy. So all this, Republican, don't tread on me, like bullshit, or anti-communism bullshit. Okay, now you took away teachers' rights to strike, and if they strike, and if any public employee in Texas strikes, they can lose their job and their pension. So if you're 25 years in, you're a teacher that's in the high-risk group, what can you do? That's, you become the sacrificial lamb of a bullshit situation. It's not okay. And like, they're literally talking about opening bars up again. In Austin? Governor, statewide. It's like, well, we watched this curve go down, but numbers are supposed to be up and to the right. Revenue numbers, not deaths. But the argument for the bars, from like the bar owner perspective, is what's the difference between what we're doing and all the restaurants that aren't actually, you know what I mean? Like that, because they're saying like you could reopen if you serve food. So these people are serving like Costco frozen dinners. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm not going to go to even if I thought that a restaurant could safely do all of this, and everyone, the problem is, you also have to keep in mind, is that asshole neighbor of yours that doesn't want to wear a mask. Was he here yesterday? He also could be there right now, and just spewing his bullshit everywhere. So the problem is like, okay, we go beyond all of that. Now you're just forcing somebody that's might not want to work, might have a situation where they're living with their parents, living with their grandparents, and those people could be impacted. So, but they don't get unemployment because technically the job came back. Yep. So I would much rather, honestly see them get help instead of helping American Airlines. Which, American Airlines, go fuck yourself. That's from, I'm platinum with y'all, and still trying to fuck me over on the London tickets. Nice, I appreciate that. Still? Oh yeah, I get it. Oh my god. Yeah, so I paid $3,000 for tickets we never flew. Oh, because Rona. Because Rona. And that they wouldn't refund. They wouldn't give me a credit for either. And then when Amex got involved, they're like, oh yeah, he's got a credit, he's good.
But you don't.
But yeah, it's not accessible in the account, and the last time I called, it wasn't there. So I'm continuing to fight with that.
Jesus
so
Christ.
You should totally get a bailout versus just giving money directly to the people who in turn spend it in their local economies. So me personally, I would much rather pick up takeout. And we pick up a lot of takeout.
Yeah.
We sanitize the boxes. We take care of it. But I would rather us get takeout and try to reduce the risk on other people.
And at the same time, allowing people to keep their businesses.
Yeah.
That's like one of the big things that we are, because we don't go into anywhere. So it's like, oh, okay, well we can do this because that's one of the lowest risk things you can do, and at the same time keep people employed. They're PSA for you to go vote.
Yeah. Yeah. Remember, Republicans are in power by voter suppression. If you ever want to look at it good, go Google what the a voting district around Austin looks like. It's
ridiculous.
Basically, all the way from North Austin to damn near San Antonio is one voting district.
Yeah, so look at the districts of Texas and look at population overlay. So the 3 largest cities in Texas are blue, and look at their districts compared to the others. Like it's ridiculous. Also, if you live in Kentucky, vote for Amy, please. Thank you. Bitch is a piece of shit. You should know that by now.
Yeah, get the evil turtle out of there.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Watch the debate with him and Amy. Him laughing and smiling at the death of Americans is appalling. Like you're literally mocking. It's crazy.
He's a classy human being. And if you want to watch an animated movie, go watch the movie Rango with Johnny Depp. And notice the evil turtle mayor, and then now go look at Mitch McConnell, and you'll notice that they look
side
the same.
by side because somebody's already done it.
Watch the movie; it's a good movie. And oh god, who's that actor? He is a great actor.
I don't know.
Same guy that was in Shooter, the senator.
It's a Shooter.
Yeah, the movie with Marky Mark, where he was like on the run, is the sniper.
I don't remember this at all.
Yeah, it was a Marky Mark movie.
Okay. His name is Mark Wahlberg. He's been Marky Mark in like 30 years.
He is Mark Wahlberg, but he's also Marky Mark.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, if you yelled, "Hey, Marky Mark!" he'd look.
Yeah, because he's like, thanks for your dollars.
Yeah.
My family and I really appreciate it.
Yeah, he's doing fine.
He's doing fine. I just kind of forget this part of town. We like never come out here.
This is definitely, so we're in the downtown area of our little town.
We literally have to go vote at the police station.
Oh wow, I'm actually surprised they put a giant vote here sign.
Oh, yeah, because they want the Republicans to know where to go.
Oh look.
Oh fuck.
Yep.
This will be fun. We just voted. So exciting. And they gave us these little styluses to vote with that say I voted, which is kind of cool. Got my sticker. So important. And it took, on Friday, October 18th, it took us soup to nuts, like the whole thing. 1 hour, 3 minutes, 40.85 seconds. Like just over an hour from the time we got in line to the time we were done. Was that like, we don't have like a ton of options where we are to vote, so you know what I mean? Like it's not as bad as it could be. And also, I think because if we were in like major, like Travis County, which actually houses most of Austin, there's a lot more voting places, but where we are, there's only like 2 early voting places, so it kind of forced your hand a little bit to wait in line. But I mean, ultimately, whatever, it's not a big deal. We did it. That was the most important thing, so we're good to go now. So yeah, yay, we voted. That was my big to-do this week. That was my big needle moving activity. Because at least we voted. Let's try to preserve democracy. Good morning. It's Saturday morning. It is the end of another week, which means a new garden tour. And if you want to know what that is, it's that's a rock crawler ramp we built for our rock crawlers. I should say the youngest, and Jeremy built. But yeah, so let's take you on a tour of the garden. Today we're gonna do some stuff around the house, but that's content for other videos, and we have to get ready because the youngest's birthday is tomorrow, so we're doing stuff for that. So that's what's going on today at our house. But for a garden tour, I thought I'd show y'all how good these are looking. Oh my god. So these are our Chinese greens. I'm just very happy. And then these are watermelon radishes. I just fertilized everything yesterday. Blue curled Scotch kale and Catskill Brussels sprouts. There's the hole in my zinnias. Jeremy felt bad. So I said that's the Orlando getting revenge on his brother because I ran his brother over. But yeah, so this is what we're looking like now. Look at that guy right there. Like, oh, love it. Right here, we've got some more coming up. You know, I don't know. This appears to be sugar snap peas. And this appears to be red Edgar cabbage. They all do look the same. I don't know. TPG. That's my early jalapeno. Right over here, these are those asters that I planted. You can see way more are coming up. Like way more. I'm not particularly fond of these, but it's also one of those things where like I've planted them and they're finally coming up. So I'm gonna let them ride their course out. You know? But yeah, so that's what the kind of shade bed's looking like. I really think I'm gonna wind up putting ferns in there if we stick around here for a while longer. And then over here, oh shit, that fell. Great, it's always something. You can see they're starting to get some more height on them. These guys are my rainbow cherry tomatoes. These are just, I mean, my god, if you can see, it's just kind of awesome. They're everywhere. They are everywhere. So, yeah. I mean, they go into the pumpkins and everything. I don't think any of the pumpkins are coming up. I think I screwed something up. I just don't know what I did. These here are Cherokee purple tomatoes. They just kind of fell. I don't know why they fell. They weren't this bad yesterday, but they did. So I'm going to lean them over my, ah, shit. Here's my one tomato. I just broke that off. That sucks. And it's wet, so now it's, damn it. Alright, so it's got some cat facing in there. I don't know if you can see that. If you are new to my channel and you want to know like why I'm not as bummed about that, it's because I have a whole other one down there that I planted a couple months after I planted these as an experiment, and they're actually doing better. This guy's coming off because he's, I don't know what the hell happened here. But these are beefsteak tomatoes. And these are doing actually better than its companion, the Cherokee over here. The most thriving one has been the rainbow cherries. And then over here, we've got, I call them my sad zinnias because they've been around the longest, but these pink ones are just doing amazing. So the orange ones are the ones that look real sad, but yeah. I don't know. Zinnias are like the little engine that could, they just kind of keep going. So that's why, I mean, when you pan over, you can really see it. But I need to weed. I just haven't been out here weeding. It's early, so it's real dewy. So now it's really not the time to do that. But yeah, so this is what my zinnias look like. You could tell where they were. That big patch is gone. But I'll fix it. I'll fix it. Over here, nothing's new. Same with the poppies. They don't really shoot up unless it rains, and it hasn't rained in weeks. This is something I've done. I've gotten rid of the Dixie Queen watermelons, and then I've kind of consolidated all the sugar babies into a patch, and I'm just kind of letting it break down a little bit because bugs, activity, it's heavy. I kind of need Jeremy's help, and I need Jeremy's help on like a whole bunch of stuff right now, and he's super slammed, so it's just not a priority for me. But if you want to know what that mess is, I wanted to get them off of my peppers because I think they were actually starting to hurt. Yeah, you can see they were starting to actually hurt my peppers. And they're, you know, they're doing well. I mean, my God, look at that. Like, they're pretty hardy. So, yeah. And immediately to the right, you can see where they're coming in. But just so you know, these are rainbow bell peppers, and so are these. And these got planted months before this one did. So this has been a really fun experiment for me. And then these here are my Cherokee purple tomatoes that I also put up same time I did these. So a few months later, as just purely an experiment with the temperature. But yeah, same as always. Grapes, blackberries, really nothing new there. I've eaten some of the rainbow cherry tomatoes. They are very good. The ones like a few ripen here and there, and I just eat them off the vine while I'm out here gardening. They're great. Highly recommend. You can't tell, but I have done a bunch of pruning. Oh wow, look at that. Amazing. Just, you know, to kind of clean stuff up throughout the week. You can't tell, but I have done it. I've cut a bunch of this off. I've cleaned a lot of the tomatoes up. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of how it is. Like, it's kind of wild and you're like, I don't know. But yeah, anyway. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see y'all very soon. Bye.